So here we are at SKYCITY Hamilton for Northern District Cricket's annual awards, and we have one of the stars of the pace attack here this season right before me, Brent Arnel. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Tell us about your season, Brent. I hear that you found a little bit of extra pace in your bowling. Is that true?
Yeah, something I went away in the winter to really work on. New Zealand coaching staff have asked me to go away and perhaps needing to add a few tools, a little bit of pace and a bit of swing. So that was the big focus, and I don't think it was a huge increase, but it's just enough. I think just to add a little bit more spice to my bowling.
It obviously worked.
No, it's just something that we sort of you need in our conditions here in New Zealand. It's just that little bit extra so you can hurry batsmen up. But like I said, it's not a major increase in pace, but I like to think there was a little bit there, yeah.
A little bit of zip. It seemed to be working really well for you when you went to Gisborne with the New Zealand 11, I think it was called. Did you feel things were coming together really well at that point?
Yeah, well, I felt that was the first opportunity I had to showcase my new swing that I've added to my repertoire and a little bit of pace in front of John Wright and the rest of the and Ross Taylor. So I ran in, gave it all I had, and yeah, it was like the sort of the coming out of those two areas of my game that I wanted to put on display.
How did you feel when you were brought back into the Black Caps when up against South Africa? I mean, that must have been a heck of a challenge, that second test.
It was, yeah. They're a formidable team, and just that batting lineup is just so many stars in it. It was quite nerve-wracking. That is something in my game that I do need to work on, is that coping with that extra pressure and stress and anxiety, and so that's something I will work on this winter, coming up with strategies to cope with that, because I really felt I kind of let myself down with that bowling performance, and I think that's one area I need to rectify.
It's probably something that's more common among players than most of them would admit.
Yeah.
No, everyone suffers from it.
Well, it's such a huge step up, the test cricket, and your skills get exposed there. So if you have a bad day, then it can be really quite daunting on your pride as a professional cricketer.
Yeah, cameras and everything.
Yeah, just the bigger crowds and just knowing that it's the centre stage really.
Yeah. Tell us about the last match in Napier for the Knights, because talking about anxiety, obviously there was a bit of tension there, and there were also a lot of mixed emotions for the team, a lot going on. What was that week like?
Yeah, we were just trying to stay focused on what we can control, and that was obviously trying to win that game, and that didn't pan out, so it got a little bit nervy about looking at other results. We were watching how Auckland were going, and if they failed to get all their bonus points, then we knew they couldn't overtake us. So yeah, a few boys were on edge, asking the sideline, how many down are they, things like that. But once we got the good news, then things did relax a wee bit. But just what added to that week was the passing of Peter McGlashan's grandmother, and how he discovered her in her home, passed away. So that added a little bit of sadness to that, and we coped with that, and we wore armbands in honour, and we allowed Pete to, because of the result, what it was, we allowed Pete to take the rest of the game off. And
it was obviously very emotional for him going out to bat that next day. Were you impressed that he did that?
Oh, very much. And I was right there centre stage with him.
Yeah.
We had a really good couple of hours batting partnership, and he was cool, calm, collected. We were just talking about the task at hand. I think he managed to find a moment there where he could put it in the back of his mind and get on with the job. Yeah. And he just showed true professionalism in doing that.
Yeah. How did the team find out when the result was clear that the Knights had won? Because I heard that Shane Derry, our physiotherapist, blew a whistle. I don't know if that's true.
No, that's the first I've heard of that one. We had our coach was on the sideline with his phone and the internet going, and he was following closely, and we knew that they had to get Auckland had to get 7 wickets in 26 overs, which is a huge ask. So we were counting down the overs. As we were bowling them, we knew that that was one less that Auckland had as well. So we were just constantly asking the sideline. Biggs was walking around with his phone and then just gave us the big thumbs up.
Yeah. And
we went into lunch with a champagne popping.
Yeah. Well, it was nice to win it after an otherwise pretty strong season. You know, I know it would have been a shame for the team to come off with a loss on the last match, but the rest of the season been so strong, and the Knights' pace attack has been a big part of that. It's been going really well this summer.
Yeah, well, four-day cricket is about taking 20 wickets, and we pride ourselves in having one of the strongest attacks in the country, if not the strongest, and that's led from our pace attack. And every game is going to have one bowler who's going to really stand up. But what I was really proud about our attack is that we all generally pitched in. We're getting 2s, 33s and bowling sides out. And if our batters had a tough day, saying they got bowled for 180, we were determined to go out there and bowl the opposition for less, and that happened on a few occasions. And that's what going about winning championships is, and just doing it all season long. So that, although losing isn't something you want to do, that last game really didn't affect us at all. Once we'd won that title, we put that to bed, and we're just celebrating now because it's such a long journey, that four-day comp, and it's the big one to win. It was a huge goal of mine this season to contribute well to that winning of the Plunket Shield.
Well, so now that it's in the bag, what are the plans for the next few months? What are you doing for the off-season?
Off-season, this one will be very much occupied by my first son being born in 4 weeks' time, so I'm going to be very busy with that, me and my wife, so I'll be staying home and helping out however I can, and I'm going to do a bit of relief teaching at Hamilton Boys High, just to pay the bills and keep ticking that over, and just enjoy resting and the time with my son and my wife. That's
superb timing, isn't it? You're gonna
yeah, it was
end of the cricket season.
Yeah, I wish I could say that was planned, but it was a fluke, and it's perfect timing, absolutely perfect.
Well, all the best with that. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Winners of this award in recent seasons have been Graham Aldridge 3 times, Kane Williamson twice, James Marshall and Joseph Yovich. This year's recipient is equally deserving. 10 years ago, he suffered a stress fracture, and there was a fracture in cricket, put his cricket career in doubt. Indeed, he was unable to bowl for about 18 months. That he was able to rebuild his career speaks volumes for his dedication and determination. Since his debut for the Northern Knights in 2005-06, he has been one of the most consistent bowlers in New Zealand first-class cricket, and he achieved the pinnacle of any young cricketer's ambitions, going on to play cricket for the Black Caps in Test matches. Now we recognise all those hours of practice, hundreds of overs bowled, all the pain that goes with being a pace bowler. The Yahoo New Zealand Northern Knights Player of the Year, ladies and gentlemen, is Brent Arnel.
Well, blown away by it. That's huge honour, especially with the likes of the lads that we've got in our team. Such a great bunch of guys, love turning up every day, day in, day out. We regard our pack, our bowling pack, as the best in the country. So, to put on the uniform each time is a huge honour. And to bowl alongside Bolty, Southey, G, he's just a massive workhorse and a real inspiration of what it takes to be a first-class cricketer. I've learned a lot from him. Again, thanks to the coaching staff. Again, Rossi, thank you, and my beautiful wife. Without further ado, everyone, enjoy your night. Congratulations to all the other prize getters. And let's celebrate that Plunket Shield that we're on.
absolutely well deserved. Bowlers, hunters, packs, and I know that the Northern Knights bowling pack is a very close unit. I know there was one defection this year too, Joseph Yovich heading towards the top of the batting order, which I wasn't that impressed with. But, Joey, stay strong and stay with the pack. Our bowler of the year for the Yahoo NZ Northern Knights, Brent Arnel.